The recent EU elections have stirred up quite the political pot across member states, sending ripples through the halls of power. In response to his setbacks, Emmanuel Macron, France's leader, has decided to shake things up by dissolving France's National Assembly, where leaders are directly elected. But experts are whispering about a right wing fever that might make Macron's re election bid a bit trickier than expected. Yet, amidst the murmurs, Marine Le Pen of the National Rally welcomed this move, hinting that her party is all set to hit the campaign and governance. Macron's decision is like a bold chess move in a high stakes game, trying to keep up with the changing political landscape. As the plot thickens and the curtain rises on this political theater, it's clear that leaders need to stay tuned in to what the people want and be ready to roll with the punches.
Welcome to TFI Global, the antidote to mass delusion.
French President Emmanuel Macron made a surprising announcement on Sunday revealing plans to dissolve the National Assembly, the lower house of the French Parliament. Macron, having clinched re-election in 2022, will see an end of his tenure in 2027. In a televised address to the nation, Macron laid out the schedule for the parliamentary elections, earmarked to kick off with the first round scheduled for June 30th, to be succeeded by the second round on July 7th. The decision to dissolve the National Assembly arose amidst growing pressure from Jordan Bardella, leader of the opposition National Rally Party, following their notable successes in the recent European Parliament elections in France. The National Rally surged ahead in polls, commanding a lead at 32%, starkly surpassing Macron's Renaissance Party, which trailed at 15.4% in the EU elections. This significant disparity in electoral support underscored the urgency for Macron to address the shifting political dynamics and consider the prospect of fresh mandates. As Bardella's influence grew and public sentiment swayed, Macron is faced by increased pressure to navigate the changing tide of French politics. Bardella opposes Macron's stance on European missile supplies to Ukraine that underscores the divergent views within French politics. Bardella strongly decried Macron's attempt to send French troops on the ground, stating his opposition to such a move, as Macron is trying to appease Ukrainians and the West. Additionally, he expressed his stance against Ukraine joining the European Union. Marine Le Pen, former president of the National Rally and current parliamentary leader, welcomed Emmanuel Macron's decision, expressing readiness to assume governance if entrusted by the French people. Le Pen articulated her party's commitment to addressing key issues such as immigration, purchasing power, and industrial revitalization, which is a major issue for French youth. The prospect of snap elections introduces uncertainty into French political discourse, reminiscent of Jacques Chirac's decision to dissolve parliament in 1997, which triggered significant political shifts. Macron's risk is evident. A further decline in his party's fortunes could jeopardize his remaining presidential term and potentially empower Marine Le Pen's National Rally even further, resulting in a period of cohabitation where the president and the prime minister come from opposing political parties, adding another layer of complexity to the already complex political landscape. Le Pen's approval of Macron's decision underscores her party's preparedness for campaign and governance, which signals a potential political realignment in France, tilting the scales towards a right-leaning agenda. The resonance of the National Rally's platform with a discontent segment of the French populace reflects the broader dissatisfaction with current policies. Macron's decision to dissolve the National Assembly represents a bizarre step, as he called the election results existential and asked the nation whether they want to be governed by a far-right party or not. Macron said that he is giving voters with another chance to choose their representatives. Well, that's some confidence. He described it as an act of confidence, saying he had faith in France's voters and, quote, in the capacity of the French people to make the best choice for themselves and for future generations, end of quote. The decision confronting French voters is stark and consequential. They must weigh whether to maintain the status quo or embark on a new trajectory under the banner of the National Rally, which will lead France towards right ideology. As France braces for a seismic shift in its political landscape, the upcoming elections will serve as a critical juncture, defining the country's trajectory for years to come.